Yo, tonight is the night, people. How we doing, man? This is it. It's quarterfinal season, boys. I've seen a lot of people, lads, in the chat, and they're all very nervous. They're all feeling proper bad, man. Some reason, yeah, everyone's like, LB, calm me down. What you want me to do? I can't calm you down, innit?
Yeah, it's the people look to you, innit, bro. You're the chief.
The chief calmer down.
The chief calmer down, innit? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm buzzing for this game now. You know, I've saying I can't remember which stream I was saying this in, but I've said it with you, bro, all year. It's like something about this season. I feel like good about the Champions League. Not necessarily that we're going to win it, but I just feel like I feel good in the competition. I don't know. I've got a weird. Does anyone else have a weird feeling? And chat can say this as well. Like a weird feeling about the Champions League this year. You know why I think it is? I think it's because we went through that period in the Premier League this season where we were rubbish, played dead football, you know, dropping points against teams that we should be beating. And I think I just got a little bit at some point in the season. I think the Premier League games just become a little bit of an effort, and I then just sort of thought, fuck it, I'll put my attention. This is all subconsciously, I think, into the Champions League. And now I'm ready for the Champions League, man.
I remember when the Leipzig game came around and we both had the same feeling of it's refreshing to have Champions League games back because the Premier League things weren't going right. Like everything just seemed a bit of a slog. So I'm hoping that translates into a bit of confidence because I'm strangely I am nervous, and I'm nervous shit. Everyone knows that, but I'm confident about tonight. Genuinely,
I think you should. I think you should be. I think we should all be pretty confident. You know. So
you confident here?
Yeah, I was more confident this time yesterday or last night as well. It's just I've woken up today and I'm going, okay, it's here. We're playing the Champions League. And on the Big Six last night, a few of them started saying things like, "Oh, I can see City winning a treble. I can see a treble on the horizon," and they're being dead serious. And I was like, "No, please, don't talk like that. I'm not ready to have that conversation. Don't jinx it because it's all going so well." But no, I'm nervous now just because it's Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a good place, right? This is one of the best things about the football club right now is. And I think one of the lads last night, I was watching the Big Six last night, and one of the lads was saying that, like, what Pep Guardiola does so well as a manager is he always gets the team in the right positions at the last stage of the season. And then what will happen will happen. You know, sometimes you'll win the league, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you win the FA Cup, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll win the Champions League. If you're Manchester City, you won't. But he's getting us into these late stages year on year. And, you know, I've said this about the Champions League. We keep on getting to semi-finals. We keep on getting to finals, which we are doing at the moment. We've got to a final. We've got to two or three semi-finals. At some point, you are going to win the trophy, right? Because it's just, at some point, you'll just, even if you fluke it, even if you don't deserve to win it, you'll still win it at some point because that's how shit works, isn't it? With odds and all that kind of stuff. So I'm feeling good about the Champions League. I'm very aware of the task in front of us tonight. It's not an easy task. You know, you're playing a very, very good Bayern Munich side, a team that has won this competition on multiple occasions, that's got pedigree in Europe, and that will recognise the threat that Manchester City hold. However, will not be scared by that. And I think that's something that Manchester City have done since we've been in the competition. Is I feel that sometimes when I've watched City in the Champions League, you can almost tell that we've been scared of the opposition. And that's why yesterday's main preview that we did last night, if you've not watched it, go and check it out. I'm saying I want this team to turn up against Bayern tonight and act like they're the big dogs and not Bayern, you know, and really take the game to Bayern. I think that's the next progression for this team. Because for me, on paper, we have the best team in Europe, in my opinion. Right? Some people will disagree, but even if you disagree, we're not far behind, right? We're probably second or third if you disagree. But for me, I think we're the best. I think it's time this team goes out on that football pitch and acts like that and takes the game to them, even if they're playing the Bayern Munichs, even if they're taking the Real Madrids on, they've got to go out there now and start showing that they are the big dogs, man.
I agree. I think we have to turn up like that now. And you know what it is? Like, we're not exactly new boys on the block anymore in this competition. It's not like a new novelty. Oh, we're in the Champions League now and we're going on European trips and it's all brand new. Yeah, we haven't won it, but we're playing this competition for years. We're getting to the latter stages for years. We're not new. It's not, like I said, there's no novelty here. We should be saying, right now, we fully believe in this much better team than most of the opposition we have on paper right now. And we should be capable of knocking absolutely anybody out. I think once you eliminate this whole prestige and history of Europe, like people attached to Real Madrid so heavily, I get you have to respect that. But when you start to allow it to get into your head and bother you so much to the point where you simply can't beat them, you can count yourself out already. You can count yourself out. You have to go in and say, we are a much better football team. I don't care if they've won it 13 times or Bayern Munich have won it X and Y amount of times. We're here enough. We have a good enough team on paper to beat absolutely anybody. And that's the mentality Pep needs to install into the players. And I think they are. I think he is, by the comments that Ruben Diaz made yesterday.
I just don't want to see no hesitancy from the team or like basically showing them too much respect. Like, I understand that this is basically first versus second in the world right now. Like, these two teams are smashing at the moment. Like Bayern and City. I know, like, Bayern a bit dodged. You know what I mean? The loss the other day. But I was looking at a thing last night. Global club soccer rankings. Tried to find them, but this is first versus second in the world. Which is pretty mad. And I just don't want us to shit the bed. I don't want us to go there and like just give them so much respect and just let them play their game kind of thing. If we do our best, we'll beat them. I'm confident of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is according to UEFA's coefficient rankings. It's Bayern at first, City a second, so it is technically the two best teams in Europe going head to head tonight. Got a couple of super chats and member chats that have come in, guys. So Dr. Footy said, "I'm shitting it. I'm at a 10, 11 out of 10 LB. I need some wisdom." Well, hopefully you've had some wisdom just there, Brie.
Somewhere in that.
Although I have just said we are playing the best team in the world, technically. So that's a little bit of a rip. Big up Harsh says, "I'm a little bit anxious about today's game, guys. A little bit anxious. I mean, that's probably better than most people. So I'd take that as a big W, to be honest with you, Harsh. Fucking Hell with a 2 says, "On a coach to Manchester right now from London." Big up Fucking Hell. Do you remember a couple of streams ago, bro, when there was like loads of people on the coach down? And it was like, you might be on the same
Oh my God,
coach.
yeah, it was like link up. It was telling people to like do something to make people aware that you're on the same coach.
Yeah, you need to find out. You need to find out, Fucking Hell, if anyone else is on the same coach, bro. Big up Steve Fryer as well, member for 11 months, one off a full year. Thanks for the support, lad. He says, yes, boys, it's not easy, but these are the games we want. If you're not nervous, it's not important. LFG, absolutely spot on, mate. This is what it's all about. And Adam Quinn, member for 8, says, "City will win easy tonight, 4-1, Haaland hat-trick." He's gone for a Grealish goal as well. Bit of a G&A maybe for Jack Grealish. I mean, we didn't speak about Jack Grealish that much yesterday, right? But Jack Grealish has got a history this season of performing in the big games. This is certainly a big game. He's almost guaranteed to start, given our lack of winger options. I'm just looking at this and thinking, a lot of people are now starting to recognise Jack Grealish. I'm starting to see fans of opposition teams speak about Jack Grealish, whether it be on the Big Six, whether it be on the SDS, whether it be on Twitter, just random podcasts, whatever. A lot of people are starting to respect Jack Grealish. I think most people in the world are going to be watching this match tonight because there's no other Premier League football on tonight. And I think the other game isn't that attractive as a football match. Can't remember what it is, but I remember someone telling me. Are we thinking that if Jack Grealish can perform tonight, maybe get a goal, maybe get an assist, but just typically have a good game, do you think that maybe the slander stops completely on Jack Grealish tonight? Because I think it does. I think that if he has a good game tonight, with everyone watching him, I think that, come on, man, you can't be slandering this guy if he has a good game. Not against Bayern Munich, not in the quarterfinals.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think slander continues.
I think there's a core group of people out there who, no matter what Jack Grealish does, unless he hits like, I don't know, unless he hits crazy levels, they'll always just have something against him because he's one of those people that.
£100 million, isn't it?
people just love to hate £100 million kind of thing. But you are right, though. You are spot on that the real football analysts and people who really understand football, they are starting to understand Jack Grealish and understand what people like me were saying all along, that he's going to come good. You can see that there's a good player in there. Like, I've been shouting for this guy since the moment he arrived, and I feel like it fell on deaf ears for a long time. But now I am starting to see people, like, I had arguments with Toby in the Big Six way back as far as January last year. Trust me, know what's going on here. Jack Grealish is going to come good. Now even he's like, yeah, Grealish is cooking. I can see what's going on here. But this is another massive opportunity for Jack. We've seen him now do it in the Premier League. Can he take that next step onto Champions League level, do it on a European stage, announce himself to the world? Because I feel like a lot of, like I said, real football analysts, people who really understand football, know that Jack Grealish is a really good player, but we're yet to see him go, right, I'm a Champions League standard player. I'm a player that can clinch a game at European level and be the difference. That's what we want from Jack Grealish. We want him to be the difference in these big moments and these knockout games, essentially.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is a massive game for Jack Grealish. We know he can do it at a domestic level. There's still things to work on, and I still think that he needs to be getting more goals and assists in the league, but he's certainly improving on that front and getting those goals and assists, which is what we want to see. But it's European nights now. Now, actually, I think he's for the most part, I think he's always played well in Europe. Even last season, I think he probably had his best games in Europe. But this is a game tonight where last season, if we would have had this game, we wouldn't have been looking at Jack Grealish going, do something for us, Jack. We would have been like, just don't be shit, right? Whereas this season, we're like, go and win us the game. Go and get us a goal. Go get us a big assist, Do something big for us, because that's the way he's playing, and he deserves that sort of respect, and he deserves that responsibility. It's not easy having that responsibility, not when you're playing against Bayern Munich, but you got to deal with it. You're a £100 million player. You're in great form. Go out there tonight and show them what you're about. Who will he be playing up against tonight? Who's their right back?
Cancelo.
Cancelo, fucking so, you know what I mean? A player that's known for his brilliant defensive work, not. So let's see if Grealish can cut Cancelo. That's obviously if Cancelo does play, they might go for someone else, but I'd be very excited if it's Grealish versus Cancelo. I'd be telling Grealish to get cooking.
It stinks though, doesn't it, Grealish? Cancelo starting. It stinks of Cancelo starting and doing something. Like you said yesterday, celebrating like Robert, giving it a big celebration against the City fans. Imagine. Oh no, I can't deal with that. I think
in the context of this game, Grealish, like we're saying, obviously he needs to take a step up at European level and make the difference these kind of games. But in the context of this individual game, Grealish should be looking at this and saying, I know Cancelo inside out. I know Cancelo's weakness. I've trained with this guy for a year and a half, day in, day out. I know how to beat this guy. So Grealish should be saying, if it is Cancelo, I can get the better of him. And then vice versa. I think Cancelo will be well aware of the threats that Grealish can pose. So you may see him a little bit more reluctant to go forward, a little bit more reluctant to, be that free-flowing, attacking fullback that he was for Manchester City. So that's going to be, if that is to be the battle on that side of the pitch, it'll be one of the most interesting battles on the pitch.
I'm waiting for, is Cancelo going to do the thing where he sprints in and tries to nick a ball and doesn't get there, leaving Jack Grealish with a free run at goal? He's done that so many times over the years, and he usually got caught in big games. That's normally where he got caught, Cancelo, doing that. So I'm waiting for that moment. Is Cancelo going to dive in tonight, trying to intercept a ball, but doesn't get there and leave Jack Grealish running through on goal? That's the moment that I'm waiting to see. He's done it so many times for City. Let's see if he does it for Bayern Munich, man. Go on, bro. Go. Yeah, Jonah Anthony with a 5 says, I'm going to go 5-2, Haaland with 3, Stones with 1, De Bruyne with 1, Gnabry with 1, and a Walker own goal.
If we score 5, that's absolutely crazy.
We score 5 against Bayern Munich. Jeez, man.
Like I think it can happen, which is actually crazy to say. That there's no, like, there is reality to it when you have players like Haaland who can just take the game away. 3 chances, bang, bang, bang. All of a sudden we're 3 up, kind of thing. It can happen, but the idea of putting 5 past Bayern Munich is just wild.
I mean, Adam Quinn with the 8 months, he says 4-1. He says he did tonight 4-1. So I've had a 4-1, I've had a 5-1 Like, what's going on?
The thing is, though, the thing is, though, Hugh, you're right, though, bro. Whilst you want to kind of be realistic and you want to have sort of a good reality of what could happen. The facts are that when you have a player like Erling Haaland, all bets are off. All bets are off. We put 6 past United. We put 4 past Liverpool. You know what I mean? We scored 3 against Arsenal away. We weren't even that good that day. Like, we put 7 past Leipzig. We put 6 past Burnley. Like, we're a team where if you have Erling Haaland in the side, all bets are off. You know, and that's why the most important thing tonight, the most important thing, whilst the defense is important, it's the creativity of the players in and around Erling Haaland. Create chances for Erling Haaland, he will score goals. And even if our defense doesn't fix up, which they need to, because that has been the problem in the Champions League for us over the last 7 years, if he's in the team, you can still get through and you can still qualify. So for me, you know, I'm looking at players like Barres, Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, players that I expect to play tonight. I think you got to do the job, man. You got to create for Erling Haaland. And I don't believe that Tuchel's Bayern Munich are just going to come to the Etihad tonight and just sit back on the edge of the penalty area. I don't believe that for a second, right? So if they don't do that, that there will be space for us. There will be space for us to create. So it's going to be a madness. Big up Keon with a 5. It says it's 5:30 a.m. here in North Carolina, USA. Excited for the game tonight. Back the boys for tonight. Start the same team as Liverpool City till I die. So Keon doesn't want to see Walker in here. Have you guys had any more thoughts on the Walker Stones? Because I know we've discussed this quite lengthy conversation on this yesterday, but any more thoughts on the Stones Walkers? Have you changed your mind?
I mean, yesterday I went into that stream thinking start Walker, but then I talked myself out of it. Well, we all talked for quite a bit about it, and it just kind of got to a point of where I'm on the same boat as I was last night of keep it simple, keep it the same as what it's been. I'm with Keon really, other than the fact that, and I guess he means this as well, having Haaland in there, because obviously he didn't start against Liverpool, but
yeah, I assume Keon.
Yeah, I think he means, but just same team as Liverpool, but have Haaland up there.
Yeah,
and I'm with him on that. I think I've ditched the Walker idea.
Yeah, I'm literally the exact same. Before yesterday's preview, I was in my head, I was like, no, play Kyle Walker. We need that solidity. It's Champions League, no messing up. It needs to be as safe as possible. And then we kind of talked about it and ironed it out. And even if we're going to adopt the idea or the mentality that we spoke about at the start of the stream, which was, you know, we have to start backing ourselves more and not showing as much respect to the opposition and, you know, trying to stamp authority. We're big dogs now. That's the way it should be. I think if we're going to have that mentality, that is play John Stones. That is play John Stones and put him in midfield and give us that extra overload, whatever you want to call it, in midfield. Like, if our creative players are on form tonight and our midfield dominate the center of the park, we win the game. It's simple as if we create enough chances and we have enough players in there, we'll win the game. I think because it's Etihad for the night that's in it, I'm full sending John Stones now. And then you know what? If we go 2-3-0 up and Bayern do start to look like they could get a goal or two back and we're going, no, just hold on to this and bring us the Allianz. Then you make your change with 25, 30 minutes to go. Bring Kyle Walker on and say, bang, let's take this 2 or 3 lead to the Allianz. But start off, make the stamp of authority, man. Start John Stones.
Some news, which Pet Merchant in the chat is just.
Is it big news, bro?
It's not. No, not really. It's just relevant to what we're saying. It's not big news because it might not be real. But I think it is. Basically, on the day of the game, the players that are usually playing that, they'll put the match day poster up. I don't remember last time that was wrong, and Kyle Walker's done it. So it could be Kyle Walker.
What's that on the Instagram?
On Instagram, yeah, they always put the match day thing on. Now I don't know. I can't remember. Last time I've seen a player who isn't in the starting 11 put it. It could be just absolute bullshit, but I'm sure the people that they always put the match day poster on, and it's usually them that start. It's like the Sergio Gomez has always done it. There we go. We're safe. Don't worry then, because he never starts, so we're safe. We're safe.
Big up Harry with a 1-month member chat says we will humiliate them and send a message to everyone else that this is our year. Pep has figured out the best system and it's cracked. Very, very confident there from Harry with a member chat. I mean, I don't want to say humiliate them, bro. You know what I mean? Because that's you're going into school fuggery terms there, aren't you? You know what I mean?
You're borderline in disrespect.
Yeah, but I think that, I think that we could beat them 2 or 3-0 tonight. I think we could keep a clean sheet. I think we could get a couple of goals quite easily. The main thing is, can we deal with their pace? And that's the big question. But a lot of the times, how many times this season have we spoke about opposition teams having pace, and actually during the game, it's not an issue. You know what I mean? Pace alone doesn't cause you issues. It's how they utilize that pace, right? And and to utilize that pace, they've got to play the ball in behind. Usually that means on a counter-attacking situation. So you need to make sure that you press very, very well. When you lose possession in their half of the pitch, you need to be on them so they can't play those balls in behind. And your defense needs to be fully switched on. But pace alone is not a reason to be concerned. You've got to have a lot more than pace. Otherwise, everyone would just buy fast players, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Teams don't do that. So clearly, pace isn't
FIFA,
the be all. Yeah, it's not FIFA. You know what I mean? So I don't think we need to be that worried about the pace. Clearly, it's something that we need to be concerned about, and the players need to be aware of. But it's not something that I'm going to be sitting there thinking, fucking hell, Sane, Mane, Gnabry, Musiala, who's fit, by the way, people asking. So I'm not that fussed about it.
On the whole, on this whole goal scoring front, that everyone's confident. Bayern have only conceded 2 goals in the Champions League this season.
Fairs, but have they played anyone
played
decent?
Erling Haaland, though, have they? They haven't played Erling Haaland.
They haven't played Erling Haaland. They played Barcelona.
Bayern Munich have not played a team this season in as good form as we are right now. They have not played a team that are playing as well as we are right now. A team that's scoring as many goals as us right now. You know what I'm saying? And also on the pace thing, listen, we've played against some of the biggest pace merchants in the world already this season, and we've kept them pretty quiet. Going down to the Emirates, they've got some pretty fast players. We did a pretty good job on them. This is in this whole season, I haven't felt as confident in our defense as I do right now. This defense fills me with confidence. They look rock solid. No one looks shaky. No one looks like they're going to mess up or have a big calamity the way we have seen Cancelo have. I don't think pace should be a problem for quality defenders that we have right now, quality level defenders. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that, you're right on the defense. The defense is probably the most solid it's been all season, and we need to be confident. I have been confident. Obviously, we've not kept a clean sheet in our last 2. That sort of knocked the clean sheet confidence, but I'm still very confident in this defense. I think Ruben Diaz is right now playing at the top level. How I was saying in that first season that he come to Manchester City was absolutely immense. I don't think we've seen that level of performance from Ruben Diaz since that first season. I think last season he wasn't as good, and I think this season when he had played, he hasn't been at that level. However, right now I think he's back at that level that he was in that first year, where he's dominating everything. He's dominating the challenges. He's good on the ball. Some of the passing that he was doing in the last game against Southampton was superb. It is. Everyone talks about Ake's game on the ball improving. I think Ruben Diaz has improved on the ball as well, which is great because his defensively is absolutely sound. So I think him at the back leading the team, Akanji, who we all know the limitations of Akanji. I don't think anyone absolutely loves Akanji, but he's doing all right. He's doing a job, and I think that Akanji listens to Diaz. And I think Diaz, because I think you was mentioning it, or one of you was mentioning it about Diaz tells players what to do, and there might be certain.
He's the leader, isn't it? He leads his team,
and there might be some other certain players that don't necessarily take too well to all the demands and all the commands that Ruben Diaz does. I think Akanji is just like, yeah, no problem. Diaz will shout at him for 90 minutes, and Akanji just takes it all and just does what Ruben Diaz says. And I think that's why, and that's one of the reasons that I think Akanji's getting in the side, is because he's building up this relationship with Diaz and he's doing really well. And that's something that's going to be interesting tonight. If he does go for Kyle Walker, which I'm not sure if he will, I think there's a good chance he will, but there's also a good chance he won't. Will he go for Diaz? Will he go for Diaz and Akanji, or will he go for Diaz and Stones in the middle? It's going to be interesting because he's loving Akanji, isn't he? He's really loving him.
Yeah, and I mean, when we were playing Akanji, that we get in consistency. We are finally getting consistency, and something that we've been crying about, and that's where it kind of veered off yesterday when we started doing our predicted line and that. So I was like, nah, I don't feel right. A bit of consistency in the side, and it's the side that we've seen playing the best football that we've seen all season. So why not? Why would you not want to take the team that's playing the best football that we've seen all year and play that against Bayern Munich? I understand the whole changing the team to suit the opposition in that, but then that goes back to what Hugh was saying before: is that us giving too much respect to Bayern, that we're changing our best playing football side for Bayern Munich.
Mm.
I mean, and then it might not work. I think like you got to have chest. We want us to go there and be the big dogs. Let them adapt to the way that we play. Let's not adapt to the way that they play.
Yeah,
which is all good and well until they absolutely roast us with the pace and the wings.
You should have played Walker. You should have played Kyle Walker.
Played
We knew
Walker.
they had fast
What
players.
we're doing? Yeah. Why have you taught me out of this?
Is this super chat true? You?
I couldn't give chest before every game.
Chest before Anfield. Yeah, you do give chest every game.
So
Well, you gave a lot of chest before Anfield, though.
Did I?
In the build up to Anfield, yeah, you were backing it.
Listen, on the big six, I was giving it quite a bit of chest because I felt good, but I come with chest for every game. I believe every game we're gonna win, but I don't like. Listen, last time I came with chest, big chest was before Liverpool at home. I said Grealish is gonna score. I said we're gonna beat them 3-1. Grealish is going to score. We beat them 4-1, and Grealish did score and an assist. Don't mind my chest, man. My chest doesn't usually get things wrong.
What's your chest saying tonight here?
Yeah, what's your chest saying, bro? What's your chest saying,
bro? The mystic chest.
Go on. What's the chest saying?
Big chest, man. Big chest. Big chest expects a big result tonight.
Oh, it expects a big result tonight.
Expects a big result tonight. Love that.
Nice. Big up on my with the 2 says Cancelo tears. I will love it, and I think I deserve. Says Amar. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting reception. What sort of reception do you think the City fans will give Joao Cancelo tonight? Do you think it'll be a positive reception? I mean, he's not really done anything to frustrate the fans. It's just maybe, the fans kind of have an understanding of what went on behind the scenes, even if Cancelo denies it. We know that he wasn't really a player that could be part of a squad when, if he wasn't playing for a couple of games, he wasn't a squad player. He's very much, I'm a starting 11 player. Having said that, he's not done anything to piss the fans off. What do you reckon?
Unless you talk about blocking accounts.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think a lot of the City fans that go to the stadium really care about that. But
yeah. But to be honest, I think they should just applaud him. I mean, guy's done bits for us. He's one of the best fullbacks in the world, and
he's not been sold, has he?
He's not. He's still a City player.
He's still a City player.
So I reckon he'd give a good reception.
If I was there, I just wouldn't pay attention to him. I probably wouldn't give him any reception. I'd just be fully focused on I would be like, oh, there's Cancelo, but he hasn't done enough for me to be like, oh, boo, get him out of here. I hate this guy.
Agree.
And he hasn't done enough for me either for a standing ovation. We're playing in a Champions League match against him. Just nothing. Just move on.
I just think he's wasted energy, man. Booing Cancelo, it's just wasted energy. What's the point in that? The good question here from MCFC Carl: if we win the Champions League, does Cancelo get a medal?
He does.
I believe he does. Yeah. I believe he does.
So if City go for it, he just changes allegiances straight away. He just if we beat Bayern, he gets his City top back out, and he's like,
he's kind of chilling.
I respect the grind, man. Just giving himself the best chance possible of getting that Champions League.
You know what'd be weird, right? Is because the Champions League's obviously at the end of the season, right? Say City knock out Bayern Munich, right, and we go to the final, and then basically after that final Bayern Munich game, his loan's over. Do you reckon he will be at the? Obviously, he can't play for City, but do you reckon he'll be at the stadium? In Istanbul, do you reckon he'll go? Do you reckon he'll be there?
It'll be dead cheeky. It'll be really, really cheeky.
And do you reckon he'll go on the pitch if we win after the game? Do you reckon he'll be there? Because he's getting a medal anyway. Do you reckon they'll just be like, yeah, come on the pitch? That'd be so fucking weird.
Yes, boys, we did it, boys. Well in.
Do you remember Mangala got a Prem medal? Was it Mangala? There's a player who got a Prem medal, barely even played. I think we set him out on loan. I think it might be Mangala. I think he just rocked up and everyone's like, what? How's he got one? That'd be it. Imagine the scenes if Cancelo walks out.
To be fair, if he made a mistake tonight or in the Allianz Arena game, I'd be full game for him just to come on the pitch after the.
If he did some madness, like sabotage, innit?
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, man.
Bayern don't like him anyway, innit? So he may as well just sabotage their season for us, Cancelo, mate. And then, do you know what I mean? You'll go down in history.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, man. That'd be pretty funny. So Pretty mad. Big game tonight, guys. Big game. If you've got any questions about tonight's game that you want us to answer, or about anything random, just send it in the chat before we wrap up. We did do a poll in the chat. We've had over 350 votes in it, so it's got a fair few votes. Walker right back or Stones right back CDM. 61% of people say Stones right back CDM, and 39% of people say Walker right back. So majority are saying Stones, but there's also a fair few people in the stream that want Kyle Walker to play at right back there. So
that changed from last night. Last night Walker was like at 60%.
I think we convinced people with the whole should we really be messing it up?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
that's
what he says.
I'm thinking about that Cancelo situation again, and I just deeped it. There's a world where Cancelo could get a Champions League medal, a Premier League medal, a Bundesliga medal. I don't think he get an FA Cup medal. He could get a German Cup medal. He could get multiple medals from different leagues and competitions.
Yeah, you know what would have been mad, right?
On,
if we would have got Bayern Munich in the final, would he have got a winners medal and a runners-up medal, regardless of
both.
Oh shit, yeah.
But then that would have been the funniest thing though, because Joe, when they all go up and like collect the medals and that, he'd have been with the Bayern squad, and then had to get his runners up medal, walk in a circle, take his Bayern top off, put his City top on, and go get his winners medal. Like, it'd be the weirdest thing to watch.
Yeah. Big up, Footy says City removed Cancelo from the squad, no medal. Nah, I don't think that's how it works, bro. I think the fact that he's played a game or played a couple of games.
It's the games that he's played, he's entitled to a medal.
You need to check the rules. Not that it's that arse. It's not that deep in it. It's just funny, that's all. But yeah, cool. So if no one's got any questions about tonight, I can't see any questions coming in about tonight's game that you want us to go through.
And gas to see the tifo or the banner.
Yeah.
I hope the atmosphere is sick. I see there's quite a few people in the chat say they're going to the game. I really hope you guys and the rest of the stadium make the atmosphere absolutely rocking. Like, were you guys at that Champions League home game against Spurs the year we got knocked out? Were you at that one?
Yep.
Yeah, that place rocking for that one. Remember Liverpool at home in the Premier League? There's been some really special nights in the Etihad over the years. I hope they make a night like that. Give it absolute socks. Get behind the lads.
That Tottenham game is unforspoken with me and LB. I remember we walked out of that, and then we barely even spoke to each other. The only thing Lewis did is nearly snap his season ticket in half. He was like, "I've had enough of this fucking football nowadays."
No, when people say, "Oh, LB, were you as like passionate and stuff when I went to games?" Yeah.
Oh, I could tell you, I sat with this guy for years, man. This guy has always been like this. Always been like
Jordan's partially deaf in his left ear because I just fucking chewed it off every game, man.
The funniest part was, even when we was in like Colin Bell stand and most people were sat down, LB stood up giving it going sick. Whenever guys sit behind us, I just go, sit down.
That's not madness. Oh, yo, big up Jamza Highlights, by the way, is in the chat.
Yes, Jamza Highlights.
It's the guy who does all the highlights after the game of all the watch along. So big up Jamza. I'll message you tomorrow about split of the revenue money in it. So right, cool. We do have a question from Simpad. Is it possible for Walker to play right-sided centre back and Stones play inverted right back? I think there is a world where that is possible, but for this particular game, why would you do that? You just play a Kanji. You wouldn't risk it. But I do see that what you've suggested there in the comment is very much a valid formation and system that you could play. It's basically just taking out a Kanji and putting Walker in. I'm happy with that. You do lose a bit of build-up play, but I do think you get a little bit more solid in defence and a little bit more pace. But Kanji's not slow, but Walker's clearly faster. But in a game like this is not the game to change it. It's about consistency. So it's something that you might see in the future, but I don't think you're going to see that tonight.
Yeah, I think it'd be, if he did it tonight, I would be like, why is he changing it? Why is he doing this now? This isn't the time for tests. Des Dog question, watch on tonight. We added a watch on tonight. This stream actually automatically redirects that. So when we go to that, make sure you like it. A quick bit of news which will make LB's morning a little bit less happy. Ben Chilwell is signing contract at Chelsea.
I don't think that's siren worthy.
It's more like we need tears in it.
Look, it's a sad time. I think Chilwell's grossly underrated. I think people in this stream have an agenda against his not used, by the way, I'm talking about chat.
Yeah.
About his injuries. His injuries are not as bad as people think. He's much better than people think. And it's a sad day. It's a real sad day that Ben Chilwell, who won today, confirmed that he's not joining Manchester City by signing that new deal. Sad times. And the search. Anyway. Although, did anyone see yesterday we've been linked with a left back?
Oh, where?
Jordan Boss.
Oh yeah.
Jordan the Boss.
Now, I can tell you that I've done some research on this guy. I already read scout reports, already watched the 4K highlights, skills and drills. He looks a very, very good player. Jordan Boss from Melbourne City, obviously a sister club out in the CFG sort of umbrella. He looks very good. He looks very strong going forward. Very, very good. Probably not as good as Sergio Gomez, but he does look better defensively. Now, having said that, there have been a few Australians that have told me that the Australian league is just not very strong. Put it that way. That's probably very kind, and therefore it's a bit of a gamble. But City are looking like signing this guy. Probably going to be a CFG signing. But I like what I've seen. I think he looked pretty decent, man.
The boss man.
The boss man, yeah. Oh my god, we need to sign him just because of that.
Just because of that, innit? Well,
that'd be sick, yeah.
The boss
man. So he's got an estimated transfer value, according to the scout report, of €200,000. So it sounds like a good price.
Luis Galicia's money laundering.
Is he not technically a CFG signing right now, even though we haven't bought him at Manchester City? Like, he's under the CFG umbrella anyway, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's under the CFG umbrella, so he is kind of already CFG signing, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's already ours then. Get him in.
He's already ours, yeah.
Yeah. Some good profit to be made, you know. It's a bit weird, that Australian league. Like, they have like salary caps and all kind of weird shit that just doesn't help grow the game. I was reading about it yesterday because obviously I was reading about this Jordan Boss, and I was reading a lot of articles on the Australian league, and it's like they do weird shit which doesn't help grow the sport, which I'm not sure why they're doing it. But hey,
have they got the similar thing with the kits? Like the one sponsor for the whole league?
Oh, I'm not sure. It didn't say.
That's what is it the MLS. They have like one kit sponsor, don't they? Who does like every kit?
Yeah.
So like, isn't it Adidas or something that does the New York City kits?
I think it's Adidas. Yeah.
Pretty mad, isn't it? It's pretty mad that. That'd be wild if the Premier League was like that. Obviously, they won't because there'd be too much money that the clubs would lose from it. But pretty mad that happens.
Yeah. Nah. Lewis says it has vibes of when you guys paid to be a member of your own channel.
That was a science experiment, actually. That Lewis. Do you remember that? We bought a membership to our own channel for science.
It was science. Right, cool. I think that's pretty much it. No news on Bellingham, no news on Vega, no news on anything, man. It's all dead at the moment for some reason. You know what I mean?
Because everyone's focused on Champions League, innit?
Yeah, everything. City keeping it under wraps, man.
Dialed in.
We are dialed in. Right, cool. Join us later on. We might get an afternoon stream in if there's something to talk about. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you've not already done so. This stream will automatically redirect you to the watch along. So do us a massive favor. When you get redirected now, smash a like on it because it gets the likes up really early. And that means when we go live, boom, we're at the top of the algorithm. You know what I mean? And instead of people going watching Theo Baker and the club and all that, they come and watch us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Theo Baker.
Send him for Theo Baker.
Beef.
Theo Baker, good never.
Everyone.
People, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. We'll catch you in a bit. And hope the Blues. Big night. See you later.
Bo.